Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, and everything you've built is gone. Your job, your friends, your reputation. You're standing in the ruins of what used to be your life. Now ask yourself, would you fall apart or stand tall like a Roman statue, unmoved by the storm? The Stoics believed fear and anxiety are not caused by the world, but by how we choose to face it. And today, I'll give you 5 ancient strategies straight from Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca to help you master fear and dominate your inner world. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The Stoics understood something modern psychology would confirm 2,000 years later: the unknown fuels anxiety. When you don't name your fear, it grows like a shadow, amorphous and unstoppable. But when you define it clearly, the fear shrinks. Let's say you're afraid of failure, but what does failure mean? Losing money, embarrassment, having to start over? When you break it down, your fear becomes manageable. You fear public speaking. Why? Because you're afraid of looking stupid. But what's the worst-case scenario? You stumble, people laugh. That's it. You survive. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." This technique is called premeditatio malorum, the premeditatio of evils. The Stoics didn't just prepare for good days, they trained for the worst. Seneca practiced imagining the loss of all things, his wealth, his status, his loved ones, not to become numb, but to become ready. If you fear losing your job, imagine it. You get fired, you feel shame, but now what? You cut expenses, you hustle, you rebuild, you survive, you may even grow. Tim Ferriss called this fear setting and used it to make life-altering business decisions. It's not toxic positivity, it's radical clarity. The fear loses its teeth when you face it with your eyes open. Confine yourself to the present, Marcus Aurelius advised himself in his personal journal. Why? Because fear lives in the future and regret lives in the past, but power lives in the present. When you focus entirely on the moment, anxiety can't follow you there. It only survives in your imagination. The Stoics trained themselves daily to return to what was in front of them: a task, a conversation, a single breath. Try this. Stop. Breathe in slowly. Exhale. Name 3 things you can see, 3 things you hear, 3 things you can feel. This is presence. This is control. Fear cannot dominate a mind rooted in now. Example: you fear rejection, but you can't control someone else's opinion. You can control your effort, your words, your discipline. The Stoic man focuses only on what's his. The rest, he lets it burn, without blinking. Seneca said, "There are more things to alarm us than to harm us." Here's the truth: fear often points the way. It shows you where you need to grow, where you're still soft, where the edge of your courage lies. That conversation you're avoiding, the leap you're not taking, the video you're scared to post, that's your battlefield. The Stoics didn't eliminate fear. They stood before it and said, "You are not the master here. I am." Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while fighting war, plague, and betrayal, and still found time to write, "Today I escaped anxiety," or no, I discarded it because it was within me. Fear will come, but you decide what it means. You decide if it chains you or challenges you. Take these 5 lessons, write them down, practice them, and next time fear rises, Stand like a Roman statue, unshaken, unmoved.